as well as the township, who according to the arbitrator is responsible for the, quote, security and integrity of the reports, end quote. Yet both Director Mandoli and Officer Zebney remain in their respective leadership positions. It is also possible that the Township Committee is complicit in this alleged official misconduct. This allegation is supported by the fact that Director Mandoli further testified in the arbitrator's decision that he only takes action upon the approval of the Township Committee. The thrust of the investigation in 2007 of Officer Waba centers around his perceived failure to comply with General Order FT 28-06, an order which directs all officers to file a written report for all incidents. The order further states that, quote, no exceptions and no excuses, end quote, will be recognized. Yet, Officer Zebney testified to failing to file a written report for 2 incidents. His exceptions and excuses for failure to follow FT 28-06 were obviously accepted or overlooked, or both, by Director Mandoli and the Township Committee. In the arbitrator's document, it states that Officer Waba, quote, testified he never saw the evidence or documentation cited in his discipline. He stated that he requested the information and the township refused to let him see the information, end quote. I question why he was not allowed to see this information. Furthermore, the PBA attorney was denied access by the township attorney to the documents that he needed to, quote, assist his defense, end quote. During a hearing on May 11, 2007, the township attorney classified the PBA attorney's request for access to these documents as a, quote, fishing expedition, end quote, which was purely subjective and therefore not strong enough of an argument to deny the PBA attorney access. Had Officer Waba, in my opinion, not challenged the appointment of Director Mandoli to Class 2 officer at the Township Committee meeting, I question whether his patrol record or number of summonses issued would still have been questioned, for I'm certain that as a result of Officer Waba's challenging of the Township Committee's decision, the committee is merely acting upon their personal vendetta and thus staining the reputation of an officer who has been part of this department for 12 years. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Any other comments from the public this evening? Please.
Jim Curlio from Placon Township. I'm the PBA rep for Hunter County, 188. My question is, you said that Officer Waba requested a hearing, a closed hearing. Am I correct?
The mayor didn't say who the identified employee was. The comment was that there was an employee who elected to have the hearing in private.
Okay, did this person requested himself to have a hearing?
As I understand, it was requested through his counsel.
Okay, my understanding, is this person wants a hearing through PERT, not through the township. He wants a hearing through PERT, which is fair and impartial. Not someone that the township hired, not someone that they can pick willy-nilly. It's someone that is impartial, that both sides collectively pick out through the state. PERT, you pick 3 lawyers, or you pick 3 hearing officers, they pick 3 hearing officers until you find one that's gonna work out that you both pick. That's a fair way to do it. I don't know why the township doesn't want to do it that way. My question is, why isn't the township having a PERT hearing versus one that their agenda is gonna be fulfilled? Can anybody answer that?
As the mayor indicated, this is not intended to be a colloquy or a discussion between members of the public and the township committee. This is your opportunity to make statements and observations, and the mayor indicated that the committee is not going to respond individually or collectively to questions.
Okay, my statement to you then is that this person wants a PERT hearing, not a hearing through which you hire the hearing officer, okay? That's where we stand.
Excuse me 1 minute. Do you want to comment?
No, I wanted to hear the policy that you enunciated.
Please, go ahead.
Yes, point of order very quickly. Could you, your comment of personal attack is a little broad. Could you please be more specific before I make my comments? I'm here under the threat of arrest, and so I don't wish to be taken away tonight. I'll even name the person who made the threat. I'm here under the threat of arrest, so before I get arrested, I would like, please, your attorney to please more closely define personal attack. And if he doesn't do it, then I'll say what I have to say, and if you arrest me, then we'll see what happens.
Go ahead, Mr. Berger.
Okay. Although I speak here tonight under the threat of arrest, I'm certain that my content-based remarks are protected under my First Amendment rights, recently upheld by the court's decision in the matter of Bessler v. West Windsor Board of Education. I speak tonight with regard to the PERC ruling of June 27, 2008. You were all supplied a copy, and the article that appeared in the Hunterdon Democrat on October 1, 2009. 1. The PERC ruling is a statement of findings by an agency of the state of New Jersey. It is not a list of allegations. 2. The Township Committee did not appeal the ruling, and further, paid the fees for the PBA attorney and the PERC arbitrator, a total sum of close to $19,000 of taxpayer money. 3. During the past and current disciplinary actions brought against Officer Waba by Director Mandoli and the Township Committee, Mayor Shockley admits that Officer Waba was never Rice noticed, nor given any formal writing that he was to be discussed in executive session. Accordingly, the failure of the Township Committee to Rice notice Officer Waba is an act not authorized by Title 10 of the New Jersey statutes, and hence is illegal. 4. According to the PERC ruling, Director Mandoli testified that the internal investigation against Officer Waba was initiated on May 1, 2007, solely because Officer Waba, quote, has not written any motor vehicle summonses for the past 2 months, end quote. New Jersey statutes annotated 48:14-181.2b states, quote, the police department or force shall not use the number of arrests or citations issued by a law enforcement officer as the sole criteria for promotion, demotion, dismissal, or the earning of any benefit provided by the police department. Accordingly, the internal investigation ratified by the Township Committee and initiated by Director Mandoli on May 1, 2007, is an act not authorized by Title 40A of New Jersey statutes and hence is illegal. According to evidence submitted at the PERC hearing, the final deposition report ratified by the Township Committee and issued by Director Mandoli to Officer Waba on May 22, 2007, included the following statement, quote, what is disappointing to me is the fact that you are a veteran officer who spent 15 months as the officer in charge of this department. As a leader, you are supposed to lead by example. I think you would agree with me that your actions sent the wrong message for others to follow, end quote. In the matter of O'Rourke v. the City of Lambertville, the court ruled as follows. The Attorney General's guidelines in Title 40A of the New Jersey statutes mandate that the investigation report be objective. The rules also state that the investigative report must not contain the investigator's personal opinions, conclusions, or personality. Here, Director Mandoli issued a report that contained opinions, conclusions, and personality. Accordingly, the internal investigation report ratified by the Township Committee and issued to Officer Waba by Director Mandoli on May 22, 2007, is an act not authorized by the Attorney General's guidelines in Title 40A and is hence illegal. According to the PERC ruling, Director Mandoli and the Township Committee conducted, quote, a biased and tainted investigation in order to manufacture charges, end quote, and, quote, Officer Waba was not disciplined for just cause, close quote. Again referring to O'Rourke v. the City of Lambertville, the court ruled, quote, a fair and objective investigation of the allegations is an essential part of the disciplinary process envisioned by the Attorney General's guidelines. Accordingly, the absence of just cause or the lack of fairness